I caught my wife with another man at a party. By morning, her whole world had fallen apart. The champagne flute shattered in my fist like a gunshot, shards slicing into my palm as warm blood trickled down my wrist. There, across the crowded ballroom, illuminated by the strobe of disco lights, was Elena, my Elena, pressed against the wall, her lips locked in a desperate, hungry kiss with him. Not a stranger. Not some faceless shadow. Marcus, my best friend since college, the godfather to our son. The world tilted, the bass thumping through my chest like a war drum. And for a split second, I tasted bile rising in my throat. How long had this poison been festering under our perfect life? I stumbled back into the throng of partygoers, the air thick with perfume and sweat, laughter echoing like mockery. My mind reeled, replaying the evening's red flags I'd dismissed as paranoia. Earlier, at our sleek Manhattan penthouse, Elena had lingered too long in front of the mirror, her fingers trembling as she adjusted that crimson dress. The one that hugged her curves like a lover's hands. "You look stunning," I'd said, kissing her neck, inhaling the jasmine of her skin. She'd pulled away just a fraction too quickly, her laugh brittle. "Don't get sappy, Jake. It's just a party." But her eyes darted to her phone, buzzing on the vanity with a text she silenced without reading aloud. Now weaving through silk-clad bodies and clinking glasses, I rationalized it away. Stress from the merger. Marcus is like family, maybe it's nothing. But doubt clawed at me, a beast I'd ignored for months. The late nights at the office she'd claimed, the way she'd flinch when I touched her waist, the faint cologne on her scarf that wasn't mine, woody, like Marcus's. Guilt twisted in my gut. Had I been too buried in work, too blind to her loneliness? We'd built this life together. 10 years, a brownstone in Brooklyn. Little Theo's first steps on our anniversary. Love like that doesn't shatter overnight. Does it? I slipped into the shadows of the balcony. The city skyline a glittering lie below. Horns blaring from the streets like distant screams. Heart pounding, I pulled out my phone and scrolled through old photos. Elena radiant at our wedding, her veil catching the sunset. Theo's baptism, Marcus grinning with an arm around her shoulder. Harmless then. Now. Poison. Anger simmered, hot and righteous, but beneath it, a yawning fear. What if I confronted them? What if she denied it, and I became the villain in my own story? Denial wrapped around me like fog. I wanted to believe it was a mistake, a drunken lapse. But love? It curdled into something feral. Pushing back inside, the party's haze enveloped me, cigar smoke curling like serpents, ice cubes rattling in tumblers, a woman's giggle slicing the air. I spotted them slipping into a private lounge, the door ajar just enough for betrayal's theater. Hiding behind a velvet curtain, I watched. Elena's hands roamed Marcus's chest, her whispers urgent. "We can't keep doing this. Jake suspects something." Marcus cupped her face, his voice low, velvet smooth. "He suspects? After all we've built? Baby, you're mine. Always have been." The words hit like a freight train. Mine. Not ours. Flashes assaulted me. Our honeymoon in Tuscany, her tears when Theo was born, the quiet nights where she'd murmur, "You're my everything." Lies. All lies. Confusion warred with rage. How could she? Marcus, who'd toasted at our rehearsal dinner, promising to protect our bond? His motivation clicked into place. The envy in his eyes at our success. The way he'd always lingered too close, stealing glances. Elena? Loneliness, perhaps, from my absences. Or was it thrill? The forbidden rush I'd never given her? I wasn't blameless. My ambition had starved us. But this? Unforgivable. I burst in, the door slamming like thunder. They sprang apart, Elena's lipstick smeared, eyes wide with animal panic. "Jake." "Oh God, it's not." Marcus straightened, feigning calm. "Buddy, listen." "Buddy." I roared, voice cracking like glass. Blood from my cut hand smeared the marble floor. A crimson accusation. "You call this friendship?" Elena sobbed, reaching for me. "Please, it was one time. The merger stress, your trips. I was weak." Her words dripped sincerity, but her eyes flickered to Marcus. Guilt, yes, but longing too. Layered, broken, human. I wanted to hate her, to erase a decade in a scream. Instead, love surged, twisted with anguish. One time? How many one-times does it take to gut a marriage? Marcus stepped forward, hands raised. Jake, we've been like brothers. It just happened. Don't destroy everything. His plea rang hollow. I saw the calculation. The fear of losing his cushy life in our circle. Suspense hung thick as Elena whispered. I love you, Jake. More than him. Denial cracked. Did she? Or was it survival? The party noise faded to a dull roar as I grabbed her arm, dragging her to the coat check. In the cab ride home, silence screamed. She wept softly. Forgive me. For Theo. Guilt gnawed me, should I? Moral conflict tore me. Walk away, preserve the facade? Or burn it down? By dawn, as the sun bled orange over the East River, I made my choice. I didn't yell. Didn't pack. Instead, I called my lawyer at 5 a.m., voice steady as steel. Full custody. Everything. Then the twist. I texted Marcus from Elena's phone mimicking her. Last night was perfect. Meet me at the cabin. Alone. He arrived at noon smug, only to find cops waiting, planted evidence of embezzlement from our firm. Ties to his shady deals I'd uncovered months ago, buried in denial to save our friendship. Betrayal's mirror. Elena returned from grocery shopping to sirens. Jake, what? The arrest warrant for fraud, my affidavit detailing her complicity in signing off on falsified docs. Her world imploded. Handcuffs clicking, Theo's cries from daycare, our assets frozen. She collapsed screaming my name, but I felt nothing. Just shattered trust's cold echo. As they led Marcus away, he spat. You bastard. This was revenge. I met his eyes. No. Justice. Elena begged on her knees. I was lost, but I chose you. Lies again. In that moment, heartbreak crystallized into clarity. Love dies in fragments, but betrayal forges something unbreakable, me. By morning, her empire of deceit lay in ruins. And I? Free finally, from the ghosts we'd haunted.